On October 22, NHK reported that according to Japanese police, several Japanese nationals arrested for allegedly participating in a fraud ring in Cambodia told investigators that about 1,000 other people were working at the same facility. Some of these Japanese individuals, who worked at a scam center in Cambodia, are accused of defrauding residents in Japan by pretending to be police officers calling victims. In August, police arrested 29 Japanese nationals aged 19 to 52 on charges of conspiracy to commit fraud and repatriated them from Cambodia to Japan. By October 21, police had issued new arrest warrants for this group in connection with an organized fraud network. They are accused of scamming a 61-year-old woman in Aichi Prefecture out of 2 million yen, about 13,000 USD, in May. The suspects were assigned to call victims from a facility located in Poipet City, northwestern Cambodia. Police added that several Japanese suspects said they often saw other Asian-looking individuals from various countries at the same site. Some of the suspects claimed their passports were confiscated and that they were monitored by armed guards. Earlier this month, a Chinese couple was arrested for allegedly directing the 29 Japanese nationals to carry out the fraud operations. Authorities believe the scams were systematically organized and carried out multiple times under the supervision of at least 8 Chinese nationals. In May, Japanese police announced that at least 20 Japanese citizens had been arrested in Cambodia for their involvement in online scams, most of them in their 20s. According to the announcement, these Japanese nationals were among 30 suspects detained by Cambodian police in Poipet City, northwestern Cambodia. The arrests were based on information provided by Aichi Prefectural Police in central Japan through diplomatic channels. According to the Southern Gyeonggi Provincial Police Agency, South Korea, from May 2024 to October 20, 2025, there have been 44 reports of missing South Korean citizens who had previously traveled to Cambodia, 10 in 2024. Of these, 18 have been confirmed safe, 11 have returned home and reported being detained or abused in Cambodia, and 15 remain unaccounted for. Among the 15, only 2 people are still in contact with their families. One of the missing individuals has been placed on an Interpol red notice, while the remaining 13 are completely out of contact. Most of the missing persons were reported by their families after losing communication. In one case, a man in his 20s was reported missing on October 9 after his father filed a report with Suwon Namsu Police Station in Gyeonggi Province, stating that his son might be detained in Cambodia. Another young woman in her 20s was reported missing on October 19 after her mother told Suwon Wyon Police Station that her daughter had traveled to Cambodia but has since lost contact and is suspected of being detained. As more South Korean citizens become victims or are involved in transnational scam operations, the South Korean government has launched several strong measures to combat the situation. Speaking about the growing number of kidnappings, detentions, and killings of South Korean nationals in Cambodia, Foreign Minister Cho Ta-yul said that the government will increase the number of consular staff stationed in Cambodia to around 40 officers. For now, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs will rotate consular officials from other Southeast Asian countries to Cambodia to enhance cooperation and strengthen cross-border crime response. Additionally, South Korea will establish an early warning system to detect criminal activities before they cause harm to citizens. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs warned that if this situation continues, it could negatively impact the tourism industry, and reaffirmed that South Korea will work closely with Cambodian authorities to intensify crackdowns on criminal networks. Due to the rising complexity of kidnappings, detentions, and murder cases involving Korean nationals in Cambodia, the government has repeatedly issued and upgraded travel warnings, including restrictions to high-risk areas. Police are also investigating the recent death of a South Korean man found in a hotel room in Sihanoukville, Cambodia. The victim, a man in his 50s, was discovered around 8 p.m. local time. Cambodian police immediately notified the South Korean embassy, which dispatched a consular official to the scene. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs of South Korea has released initial information regarding the death. At the scene, authorities found the victim's passport, mobile phone, and a note believed to have been written by him. The incident occurred amid a series of cases in which South Koreans were lured to Cambodia by online scam syndicates with fake, easy job, high pay offers. However, South Korean authorities said the victim had no connection to these scams. The ministry stated that it will assist the victim's family with funeral arrangements and related procedures. Previously, the Tul Phla Temple in Phnom Penh, where the remains of a murdered South Korean student were cremated, was reported to be storing the bodies of 3 more South Korean nationals. A temple source confirmed the information, saying the bodies were being kept in the temple's cold storage but could not recall when they arrived. Tul Phla is one of the few facilities in the Phnom Penh area offering cremation services, so most foreign nationals who die in Cambodia are cremated there. Recently, a legal earthquake shook from Washington to London, targeting the heart of one of Southeast Asia's most sophisticated criminal empires. In an unprecedented, coordinated action, the U.S. Department of Justice, U.S. Department of the Treasury, and the UK Foreign Office jointly announced a sweeping package of sanctions and criminal indictments, described as the largest operation ever targeting online fraud networks in the region. The main target of this thunderous crackdown is a single name: Chen, also known as Tron G, and his vast conglomerate, Prince Holding Group. In a federal court in Brooklyn, New York, an unsealed indictment formally charged Chen Ji, 38, with conspiracy to commit wire fraud and conspiracy to launder money, crimes that carry a potential 40-year prison sentence. What shocked the world most was the scale of assets involved. Alongside the indictment, U.S. authorities executed the largest asset seizure in Department of Justice history. Approximately 127,271 bitcoins, valued at $15 billion USD at the time, believed to be proceeds from Chen's illicit operations. Simultaneously, the U.S. Treasury delivered another blow by officially designating Prince Holding Group as a global transnational criminal organization. This label is not used lightly. It places Chen Ji's empire on par with major drug cartels and international mafia syndicates, asserting that it is not a legitimate corporation with rogue actors, but a fully structured criminal machine. Sanctions targeted 146 individuals and entities connected to this network. Across the Atlantic, the UK government moved aggressively, freezing over £100 million in assets in London, including a £12 million mansion, a £100 million office building, and multiple luxury apartments. This move effectively sealed Chen Ji and his network out of one of the world's most critical financial centers. Prosecutors describe Chen Ji as the mastermind behind a massive online scam empire that has corrupted Cambodia, a man with 2 faces whose exposure left the world stunned. Before being unmasked, Chen Ji carefully crafted a flawless public image. On corporate websites and among Cambodia's elite, he was seen as a respected businessman, visionary leader, and a key player in national development. His company, Prince Holding Group, was promoted as one of Cambodia's largest conglomerates, claiming compliance with international standards and ESG principles. He also portrayed himself as a major philanthropist. Through the Prince Foundation, he donated over $16 million to community, healthcare, and education projects, most notably the Chen Ji Scholarship, a partnership with Cambodia's Ministry of Education to support university students financially. These efforts allowed Chen to embed himself deeply in Cambodia's economic elite, masking the brutal reality later revealed in the U.S. indictment. Prosecutors alleged that Chen not only led but also directly oversaw violent forced labor compounds, described as fortress-like scam camps surrounded by high walls and barbed wire. The most damning evidence came from Chen personal Google account, which contained photos of beatings and torture. Court documents even cited a message in which Chen authorized the assault of a man, warning subordinates only to avoid killing him. This detail transformed Chen image from a white-collar criminal to a hands-on crime boss involved in violence. Chen's empire functioned as a systemic criminal machine with three main parts: profit generation through pig butchering scams, labor exploitation as the operational fuel, and money laundering as the cleanup system. At its core was the pig butchering scam meticulously